Hello friends, welcome to the King YouTube channel. Meghan's significant meltdown over Lily has drawn a lot of attention. What triggered this outburst in Colombia? Tears and tantrums are just the latest signs that the consequences of the trip to Colombia are far from minor. Naturally, the blame falls squarely on Meghan and Harry's own misguided decisions. This time, Meghan not only stirred up trouble for herself, but also involved her children in the drama, particularly Lily, assuming she exists, though only God knows the truth. It doesn't take much for Meghan Markle to see red, does it? We've seen this before, especially with the many staff members who have left the Montecito estate. However, this incident occurred during their latest so-called global tour in Colombia. The revelations from that tour are almost absurd, clearly showing that Meghan insists on doing things her own way. As we've mentioned several times on this program, it's concerning, isn't it? Especially when you consider her recent chat with Jane Pauley on CBS, where she gushed about how wonderful her children are. She spoke about how amazing and lovely they are and emphasized the need to protect them. Yet, these children who are supposed to be so precious are never seen. This naturally leads to a lot of speculation on various topics. You might wonder, where do these children actually spend their time? We never hear of any celebrity friends spending time with them. This is why Meghan does such a good job of creating an air of mystery around the situation. This all happened in Colombia, by the way. Are you tired of Meghan using her children as props? If you are, comment 1, and if you're okay with it, comment 2, you're probably aware that something happened in Colombia. Meghan once again seized the microphone as if it were a lifeline and wouldn't let go. She then launched into what was almost a secretive story about how she supposedly changed the world at age 11 by writing to a soap company. Of course, we all know that her father, Thomas Markle, who worked as a TV director, was the one behind the scenes making it happen. But Meghan clings to her version of the story. Then, if you remember, she decided to share how she found joy in a particular chapter of her life. Unfortunately, it seemed like many people in the audience were nodding off, indicating that they didn't share her enthusiasm. She then chose to highlight her work with Lily, discussing how her daughter Lily, Princess Lily, or whatever name you prefer, as no one ever sees her, has discovered her voice at the age of 3. Meghan seems proud of this, claiming it's part of her role as a mother to encourage her daughter to find her voice. She seems to believe this creates a ripple effect, though it's hard to see how that works in this context. Yes, you're right. The idea that a 3-year-old finding their voice is somehow extraordinary is questionable. To most, it simply sounds like the child is learning to speak up. However, Meghan asserts that Lily has found her voice. Who knows, maybe in a few years Lily will be delivering speeches herself, but behind the scenes things were reportedly much more complicated. There was a loud noise on stage, and it was kindly suggested that Meghan show a photo of herself with Lily to reinforce her identity as a mother. But no, that wasn't going to happen. Franny Marquez was reportedly shocked because Meghan had promised to bring the children. The situation almost spiraled out of control, leaving people in disbelief. At that point, they weren't even allowed to show a picture. According to sources, Prince Harry was enthusiastic about the idea but was, as usual, overruled. The question is, why? What's so wrong with sharing a photo, especially when you're talking about your child discovering her voice? Naturally, this just adds to the suspicion and curiosity surrounding the extreme secrecy about their 2 children. Meghan's latest outburst revolved around Lily. Yet, she managed to use her speech to generate some positive media coverage, which she desperately needed. It's unfortunate that Meghan doesn't seem to realize how pretentious and ridiculous she appears. She's too self-absorbed to acknowledge it. I feel sorry for her father, who did everything he could to give her the best, only for her to treat him the way she does, especially considering she didn't give birth to these children. They should be removed from the line of succession. I've been saying this for years: to be royal, a child must be born from the mother, which must be witnessed. I question why King Charles hasn't addressed this mess. It should never have gone this far. They know she had a hysterectomy. If the children are off limits, why does it matter if we see them? It's no big deal. They are just children growing up, and life will go on with or without them. If there were children, Meghan and Harry would be selling their photos to the highest bidder. They'd be comparing their kids to Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Meghan would start every day trying to irritate Catherine, the Princess of Wales. There are no children, and it was incredibly rude to name their daughter Lilibet. The fact that no one has seen this child, and she's supposedly been finding her voice for 3 years, is absurd. No parent talks about their child like that. It's bizarre to say Lily has found her voice at 3 as if it's something unique and to be proud of. She's supposedly creating a ripple effect, which is just another meaningless phrase from Meghan. As a narcissist, Meghan doesn't want to share the spotlight, not even with her own daughter. I honestly wonder why there hasn't been a welfare check on these alleged children. So many people are concerned that you'd think this would have happened by now. It's odd to raise a daughter to believe she has to be extra special and fight for a voice when all the other children her age already have one. It's also sad that they're raising their son to think he has to hide his voice and just listen to his sister. Shouldn't children be treated equally and not raised with gender biases? Most people stopped raising children with gender roles like that over 30 years ago. Meghan repeats the same meaningless phrases wherever she goes, just rearranging the words slightly, but always using the same aggravating buzzwords. Maybe she's saving up for a big payday with exclusive photos of the kids or a documentary series. They aren't called Murchie and Lilybucks for nothing. There's a high chance that Harry and Meghan are setting a bad example for their kids. Mommy is in charge, mommy talks, and daddy listens and obeys, so Archie will grow up feeling like he needs to stay in the background. If these children exist, they're going to be so messed up. Do you agree that if these kids are real, the state of California needs to do a welfare check? They should be taken away from Harry and Meghan. Neither of them is fit to be parents. It's simple. These kids are Meghan's bargaining chips, her leverage in manipulating the royal family. But she forgets that these kids are real, and when they grow up, they're going to learn everything. Meghan better start planning for that now. I wish her all the luck in the world. Hey, Lily has to be hidden like Archie, probably because they're afraid someone might test their DNA and discover the truth. She's hiding something, probably afraid that everyone will see through their lies when they see the children. There's also the possibility that the kids are with their real parents who don't want the publicity that Harry and Meghan are chasing. How many years are we going to keep seeing that one photo of Lily sitting in the grass? She's allegedly 3 years old now, and there's only been one photo of her. It's strange. Meghan just creates more negative thoughts when she praises a child that no one has ever seen. Some things they say make it seem like they've never seen a human child before, let alone raised one. Notice how Meghan emphasizes the word mother when she talks about herself as a parent. She's very aware that no one believes she has children. Some of those flowers look like begonias. Perhaps she's not showing pictures to keep the mystery alive and hopes it will bring more media attention. I can't imagine Meghan handling a child that age very well. Poor children, if Meghan is their role model, they won't be taught any manners, respect for others' personal space, or anything other than being self-centered. Finding her voice likely just means throwing tantrums, something Meghan is very familiar with. In my day, we just called it a tantrum. How about you? What are your thoughts? I'd love to know, so please share in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe to King YouTube channel. Goodbye and see you again soon.